That'll tell us. Starting the video.
Starting the
We are
video.
live.
Wow, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, a Sunday afternoon.
Today's
Good afternoon.
topic.
What is today's topic?
It's OCD.
OCD.
So today's our last day of our series on addiction. Now, I'm not sure if OCD is an addiction.
It's a behavior. Again, I always preface this statement with getting a need met excessively through the needs-based method. So why do we keep doing something over and over and over? And well, why do we? Well, we're getting something out of it. The question is, what are we getting out of it? So let's look at OCD. What is an example of OCD? Here, I know someone who is a perfect example of OCD. Would you please give them an example of your OCD, and then we can explain what you get out of it.
It has gotten much, much better.
We didn't say that. We said,
Okay.
what is your example of OCD?
Okay, so one of the many's is the fact that I could not go to bed and know that in the kitchen sink there was even one glass, a fork, anything. That would drive me crazy and would not allow me to sleep. So there were days that I used to get up in the middle of the night and have to wash the dish because I couldn't sleep. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to sleep. That almost happened last night. So that is, and I don't think that's an extreme case, but the other thing I used to do that my daughters used to say it was living with it was like living with the enemy is, and I still do this and I love it, and I think you ladies should really try this. I put all my cans in alphabetical order, and then I put them by, vegetables, by fruits, and then I have like the peanut butter and the almond butter and all that on a different side. I love that because I could literally just put my hands in there and know what I'm getting. Now I know that's a little too much, because then when somebody moves one of the items, the French guy, get a hold of the hat, I lose it. I mean, it used to really make me really mad. So now it's not as bad, but I do love knowing that I have everything in the right place. That's huge.
So what does that mean? What is the meaning behind the behavior? To have everything in alphabetical order, to have everything just the height, the color. What that tells me is it's about control, controlling your environment. So then I ask the question, where did you not have control? And usually this comes up in childhood issues where the caretaker didn't allow with stability, reliability, consistency throughout life. So as a child, we will create a defense mechanism to battle that uncertainty. So we're gonna grab onto something that gives us at least some control. Just give me something. I don't care if it's stacking fruit or cans like she did. It could be cleaning.
Yeah.
Do anybody who cleans excessively? I mean, I hate dirt. But this one will kill dirt. Dirt doesn't have a chance. There's no trial. There's nothing. It's off to the guillotine. So tell them about your cleaning behavior or excessive cleaning.
Okay, so I love to clean. I love everything super clean. So, but I do know that that's also a way to control my environment. So because as a child, of course, I was raised Cuban in what I used to call a communist household. We never had a saying. We were never able to, act out our emotions or act a fool like kids do, throw yourself on the floor, oh, try it. That was not going to work. So because of that, the only thing I did have control of was cleaning. One of the reasons why I love cleaning. I mean, it's like nobody's going to get mad at you for cleaning. So they'll get mad at you for the products that you're using to clean, because sometimes I used to use Clorox for everything. I've outgrown them. So that was the reason that I was cleaning. So now what's happening is, like, literally I get up in the morning. It doesn't matter what time of day, actually. And let's say I go in the kitchen to get a glass of water, and the first thing I do is pick up a washcloth or a sponge, whatever, and spray and start cleaning stuff. And not that it's dirty, but I just clean it because I love knowing that it's clean. So I'll clean the countertop before I can mess it up, and then clean it again. So
that's an example. Yeah, so again, it's excessive. If it's excessive, then we need to find out what is going on behind the scenes of the decision to consistently to do that behavior. What is it? What do you see? I had a client who, here's what happened to her. She became a hoarder, right? She hoarded, right? Had all kinds of stuff in her house. So I sat down with her and I said, describe what was going on. Describe a childhood situation or an experience that you endured at that time. And basically what happened was this. At her birthday in this culture, they would be given envelopes of money. Well, the relatives would give her the money, but the mother would take the money away and give it to the neighborhood girls, right? So what happens was she had that happen every year. So guess what she didn't have? She didn't have choice, right? And she didn't have control over what they could do with her money. It was her money, right? Now, you take that over the years, for years and years, now you get to adulthood. Now what do? You hang on to everything you get. And that's what you did. Yeah. So when I broke that down to her, somebody finally made sense of the fact that her hoarding, as we call it, or excessive compulsive behavior, was to do with having no choice because her mother would take the money and give it to her friends and she had no choice, or give it to the neighborhood kids. So money and holding on to things became very important to her. So if I have money, I am secure. If I have stuff, I can control my life. Nobody can take it away from me. I'm holding on. So after our conversation, and that took about 15 minutes, and the light went off. She calls back, about a few weeks later.
She showed us pictures.
Later. She cleaned that house out. Mm-hmm. Poof, everything was gone. She finally let go of the little girl who had to be in control. So the little girl was running her show, even though she was in an adult body, responsible person, but there was that one thing that was haunting her consistently over and over that nobody had made sense of. So now her house is cleaned, it's painted, she's breathing again.
Right, she was able to have the grocery store deliver for the first time and actually walk inside the house, when in the past she would not allow them inside the house.
Yeah, she was ashamed and embarrassed and all that. So when we talk about excessive compulsive behavior, I'm always going behind the scenes to see where it started, who said what did they say, how did they say it, what needs were never met. If they weren't met, how did that impact you, and what do you carry with you throughout. So I'll give you my little secret. I read a lot. Am I compulsive? I don't know, but I read a lot. I read a lot to get information, to learn, to teach. But I also know I'm making up for the lack of talent that I was given. I'm not the most talented guy on the planet, so I got to work extra hard. So I read and I stay on top of things and learn. And so when people say you're smart, I say no, I just read. I'm compensating.
He memorizes everything.
No, I don't memorize. I'm getting too old. I don't memorize, but if I like it, it'll probably stick with me. But I read to compensate for the grades I never got as a kid. Okay.
Yeah, but then also he saves every Sports Illustrated. Is it Illustrated or Illustrator?
Illustrator is the writer.
Illustrated magazine
illustration
that comes across. So sometimes we have magazines for over a year because there's always an article there.
There's an article I like, but what I try not to save is the bathing suit edition.
That's not so. That's when he does say.
I'm embarrassed sharing that one.
That's his favorite.
Wow. They're cute.
No, but look,
cute.
What about when, okay, so I could never, I'm getting better. I could never get rid of stuff. Like, even if my shoes were, oh my God, the other day I was wearing these pairs of shoes and Michael asked me to throw them out, and I didn't know why he wanted me to throw them out, but I thought they were looking good, super cute and comfy. But what happened was when I put on my glasses and I looked at them, these shoes were toe up. So I did have to throw them out. But because we talked about it and we realized that the reason that I save everything, I'm not a hoarder, but I used to save stuff, is because growing up, my mom would always say, your cousins in Cuba don't have this. Your cousins in Cuba, would kill to have this. So I never throw anything out, always thinking that I'm going to send it to my cousins in Cuba. Now, this was 40 years ago. Trust me, they're all grown. I don't even know what happened to half of them. So for the first time, I was able to throw away a pair of shoes that I've had for a good 14 years. And those are like my favorite pair of shoes. And I threw them out, and I actually put them in the trash. And I did not feel guilty about it at all. Because I knew I didn't need them. And actually, they were really bad. I should have not been wearing them probably 5 years ago. But I used to do that a lot too, but that's exactly where it comes from, because I'm always thinking that somebody could use them. So
I just took 3 big trash bags of her stuff to the Goodwill. I hope it's the right stuff.
he always does this. He'll take stuff that, I don't want him to take, because he just calls himself cleaning the garage, and then next thing you know,
I don't like stuff.
somebody has to replace it because it's something that I needed.
Gives her an excuse to buy stuff.
We'll keep our fingers crossed on this one. That's not going to happen.
Gives you an excuse to go shopping.
Right.
Oh,
Not
God.
like
How's
that.
that credit card bill? What am I doing? It's a no-win situation.
So let's not talk about that. Hey guys, but I do want to talk about this. So I'm going to try to put him on the spot, but he doesn't want to play with us. I have my friend Freeman over today. He's barbecuing for us. Oh, we could actually try to show you that he's making this
Brisket.
brisket. So we don't barbecue.
I
Right?
barbecue.
Does not,
Just never given the opportunity.
because he doesn't know how. But Freeman does. So he's been here since 10 o'clock, and talk about a labor of love. And this is what happens. This is why we can't do this, because we both love to eat. And if I have to wait 3 hours to eat, it's just not going to work. But anyways, so he has compulsive behavior.
He does?
Right?
Which
Well,
one?
Which one?
Which
right?
one?
Because it's like everything's so
Methodical.
methodical. So he comes, so we've been planning this for over a week. So he comes over, it has to be at 10 o'clock, he has to put this here, and then we have to put this here, and then he wanted to eat by 1 o'clock, so we're 15 minutes,
Oh.
Yeah, so
Ooh,
in a
countdown.
minute now he's going to have a heart attack. But so my thing is, and I was trying to talk to him about it today, what if it doesn't happen at 1 o'clock? What if it happens at 1:30? Would it really make a difference? I mean, is that going to impact us, in a negative way or whatnot? It's not going to change our lifestyle, but he's like this.
Coming from her.
Yeah,
that statement
right.
is a miracle.
It is, 'cause
it's a miracle.
Yeah. 'Cause
Oh,
this is one of the reasons
wow.
him and I have gone along so well since 2002.
17?
We used to work at Scan Health Plan.
Oh, him.
Freeman, not
Oh,
you.
no, not me. We're not like getting along. Go ahead.
Right, but it's almost driving me crazy today. But that's because I have shifted.
You've shifted. Yeah, you shifted. Right. You shifted. He hasn't. So again, being in control. I know his past, so I understand it. And what happens is that he still needs to do what he does to maintain some sort of certainty that things are going to be the way he wants them to be, which gives him peace,
Right.
which gives him less anxiety and all that sort of thing. So
You'll
yeah.
see the pictures later. We're going to post pictures of cooking because he loves this cooking stuff.
Yes, and I'm going to be the taste tester.
So Michael and my brother Tony are going to be tasting our yummy, delicious meals. And I'm also making a rum cake. Yummo. So, okay, so to recap, because we're always losing train of thought here. A compulsive behavior, it's not the end of the world. It all depends, because it really drives what you do on a daily basis. Okay, so this is something that I've gotten so much better about. The door. Every time we left the house, I had to make sure the door was locked. I would check it 2 to 3 times. It was constant. And so when Michael would close the door, I would not trust that he checked it. So I would get out of the car and check it again. So it's been going on for years. So yesterday...
It's her battle.
Exactly. Yesterday, for the first time, we actually left out of the garage, and I didn't even check to make sure he had closed the garage door. So we were down the street, and he asked, "Did I close the garage door?" I said, "I don't know." That was huge.
It's huge. Leaving dishes in the sink is huge.
Yeah.
So that's huge. And I always teach her, if you leave it in the dish, if you leave the sinks in the dish,
No, the dish.
dishes in the sink, dishes in the. It's a song somewhere. If you leave the dishes in the sink, how does your life change?
Right.
The question is, what meaning is she giving leaving dishes in the sink? That goes back to childhood, where I'll get punished for leaving dirty dishes. There's no control on my life, so I need to be in control. So all these we're not letting our past run our future or our present. That's what it is. We're not letting our past.
That's what used to happen, because if we used to leave any dirty dishes in the sink, my mom used to wake us up and have us do the dishes.
Right.
So
all that stuff in her head is what we're trying to, shall we say, not let us run our current our current behavior and our future. We always got to remember that was then, but we carry it with us.
Right.
So we're trying to shed those things so we can just be in the moment and be okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not that good just yet because he's mastered this, but I'm working on it.
I'm getting there. I mean, it's like I can't. 4 steps forward, 2 steps back. But I still have my stuff, but I know what it is and I can catch it like that.
Right.
Okay. So that being said, here's what I want to do. If you have a question about a situation you're in or that someone's in, I want to see if I can answer it.
Yeah. Or also a suggestion. We are going to try to do this not for 7 straight days because this was a lot of work. It was a lot of work for me because I do everything. It wasn't a lot of work for Michael. But so we'll probably do it like 3 times a week.
We can do something.
Because we're getting a really good response from it, and people are really liking the subjects that we're touching on, and they have questions. So we want to be able to help. We're not just doing this just for likes. We're doing this because we do want to help. So we do want to make a difference. So if you are having a situation or you know of someone or if something is bothering you and you just don't have an answer to that behavior, let us know. At the bottom of the videos, just put a comment if you just want to do it privately. Okay, so I'm not really good with this, but it's that whole instant thing on Facebook. I don't have it on the phones. That drives me berserk. But I do reply to emails. I'm really good about that. Text messaging, really good about that as well.
Yeah.
So I forgot what is it. You don't know what it's called, but it's something
I
instant on Facebook that I know that we could only access it when we're online, and we're not always online. So, but drop us a line.
Ask your question. Ask your question.
Yeah, ask your question.
I want to see if I can do that. I want to try this out. I've helped thousands and thousands of people. So let's do this. I'm going to challenge myself. Just to see if I can contribute to the lives of others.
Right, and then we're also trying to put together a series of workshops. So it's online workshops and courses. So, we also have the grandson today. So we have a full house. So then that way people could log on to the website and just look at the videos. And, so we're actually working on big things. We're working on big things.
Getting there. So anyway, with your cooperation, participation, and support, we can make this thing jump off somewhere. Okay. So appreciate all the time you spent with us. You could be doing other things, but you chose us for this moment.
So this is Michael Oden, Alina Yugas from The Final Step. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your family. Enjoy football. Oh, I'm representing, the Chargers. Don't know really anything about them. However, we went to San Diego. I like this shirt. I bought it. So now I represent it.
It's all about colors. It's colors and patterns. I like those colors.
Right. I love the colors. So, okay, guys. So have a good one. Peace. Thank you.